like that. What's going on? I got a dad member with me.
I should have worn the dab shirt.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I should have worn the dab shirt. I didn't want to flex too much.
It's kind of an echo in here. But what I do for the words and stuff, like when people are asking stuff, is I just go to find my stream.
Okay. So what you
Nobody's
could do is
in
end
here
up
right
setting it
now.
up. What you could do is end up setting it up like right there, and you could read the deal instead of looking down at your phone.
Yeah,
I
I
got
can
two
do that.
people.
Twizted, Big D. There we go. Well, we got one
We
person.
had two, then it went down to one.
What you used to do before you came here?
Oh, shoot. See, started off with the Navy, did that for about 9 years, went all over the world, went from Guantanamo to Greece, to Oklahoma City, back to Guantanamo, Washington, all over the place. Got out, went to the Oklahoma Department of Corrections as a CO, and then Oklahoma City Police Department, then right over here to Prime. Been here ever since, don't plan on leaving.
Another CO. Look at that.
There you go.
But Sean, he's real good at the knowledge of Prime right here. So he's been in the dab world for how long?
Oh shoot, I think I'm going on, technically I think this is my 2.5 year. I think that because of COVID and everything like that, we ended up prolonging our term. Normally it's a 2-year term, and we ended up having to prolong it because of the whole COVID thing and having to cancel a couple meetings. But yeah, I think I'm pushing 2.5 years. This coming up here should be either my second to last meeting. Yeah, I think it's be my second to last meeting. I think I have like 2 more meetings. Yeah.
Can you re-up on that, or?
I mean, as of right now, I don't think we can re-up on it. I think it's just a one-time term. I think it's a one-time deal. You do your 2 deal. But the thing is, eventually we're going to go through everybody, and it's going to end up having to be that some people are going to have to retread.
Yeah.
So.
How long have you been training?
Oh shoot, I've been here at Prime for 5 years, and I've been training for 4.
So the same as me.
Exactly. Been training out here for 4 years. Been putting it in, and it's wouldn't want it any other way.
Bearded Fat Man said he missed the deadline to apply for the dab. Is there a deadline?
Okay, we had 2 deadlines. The first deadline we had was August 31st. We had quite a few applicants, but because we have so many vacancies that are actually coming up, we have close to 12 people that are falling off this next meeting. So they extended the application deadline to September 3rd again, but we're past that now. But the thing about it is, it can't hurt to click that link that got put into the news reel or the news portion of the Prime app and just submit the application. The application is still going to go to where it needs to go, and until they pull that off, because there's no say that we got all the people that we needed. So just look it up, go to the DAB page. You can actually select Ask DAB, and you can actually bring up our webpage, and it's got all the different members that are on there, past and present, and all the stuff that we've done. Even goes down to the meeting notes. So all the stuff like we did actually in that meeting, and it'll bring up the notes on it.
If you're a driver at Prime, how do you access the app to send in like messages or stuff that we may have concerns with?
So if you go into the My Prime portion of the app, so whenever the app comes up, it says My Prime. You select My Prime, and if you scroll down or select the menu in the upper right-hand corner, and you scroll down, it'll say Driver Programs. And right above Driver Programs, it'll say Ask DAB. And you can ask DAB, you can ask us anything. When it comes to what people would like at Prime, any issues, any questions, really any at all, any of us will answer them the best of what we can. And right below the Ask DAB is actually under Driver Programs, you can select the Driver Advisory Board, and it'll bring up our webpage. So you can see inside the web page, like I said, who's on the DAB, different members, past members, all the way down to the, like I said, the meeting notes.
Okay.
Blank.
How about the, so there's representatives for what? Flatbed, reefer, tanker, there's admin people in there. Like, who all's in there?
So all the people that actually have anything to do with Prime are actually in the meeting. So you have people, you have representatives from every division, from reefer to tanker to flatbed, intermodal. We have instructors. We also have trainers. So we have CDL instructors and TNT instructors. All the department heads are actually at those meetings, all the way up to Robert Lowe. So all of the issues of what you guys bring to us, or because we'll have people come to us just walking up, and because either they recognize us off the DAB or through safety meetings and stuff like that, they'll ask us questions. And if we can't get them the answer right then and there, normally I write it down on my notes and I'll bring all those questions up to the ears that need to hear it.
Okay. So he speaks for us. If you have something to say, that's your speaker right there.
Me, and
there's a whole bunch of them.
them.
We have Justin, he's a DAB member.
We also
Mike.
Mike Evans. We also have John Cannell. We have Danny Chris, who's also a member on the driver advisory board. We have several other people.
So there's a lot of people. If you're dropping in by Prime, and a lot of those guys he named, you can find at least one of them over here at the pad. So you can always get your questions answered.
Heck, you can come up to me. I'm kind of fairly recognizable almost from any angle. So come tap on my shoulder, give me some concerns, let me know what you guys think. I can even give you my card, give you my cell phone number. If you guys can't think of the question right then and there, hit me up, and you guys can ask whatever question that you guys want.
So that's pretty cool. Like, the DAB board was developed to give us give us our input, our output, where we can let people know what we think of the business, what's going on, what we could improve on, what we need. And they've been doing good stuff.
And you've been in other companies, well, not other driving companies, but other parts, like even like with being a correctional officer and everything like that. Have you ever had an opportunity to be like, hey, I can actually sit with, like, say, the director of operations or the director of corrections and be like, hey, these are my issues and everything like that?
Yeah, it's an open door policy there.
It is.
Kind of like here, it's even more open door though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, there's only so far you can go in corrections before they're all like, what are you talking about? Like, you need to talk to somebody else. But here, it's at Prime, it's an open door policy, so we can go right in there, ask our questions, talk to whoever we want. And nobody really, I've never been sent away from anyone.
No, I mean, there's always the question too, like, say people were just go straight to Robert, and one of the first questions is, did you bring it up to the fleet manager? But I mean, there's some things that, you may not think that the fleet manager can necessarily take care of. So I mean, on those types of issues, that's what's great about being with a company with Prime, is that you can go to any door, open door policy, walk right on in and voice your opinion, obviously in a respectful manner. Voice your opinion and you'll get an answer right then and there, or you'll get put in front of the people that can actually answer it for you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's a way that we can speak. So like, open door policy, I like it here. Like, I can walk anywhere I want in this building. Like, a lot of places, other trucking companies and stuff like that, you can't go in and even meet your fleet manager. Here, you can go right in there and meet them. It's awesome.
I mean, heck, there's other people there, other companies that they've never even met their CEO.
Yeah.
And we see Robert on a constant basis.
He's out there shooting basketball.
I know, he gets out there and
he plays hard.
He will.
I haven't been out there and playing with him, but he plays hard. So what's your daily routine out here like?
Oh, shoot. Normally I'm out here just like Twizted here. Normally we're out here daily, out here on the pad. Normally I'm out here, actually we're out here normally about the same time.
Yeah, he's tired of me coming in early now. Since I'm back on days, he's been like, "Oh, dude, get off my trailer."
Exactly. Now I gotta come in earlier and earlier, man. I'm gonna start losing my beauty sleep, man. This is my
Yeah, I
this is
beat
my
you this
money
morning.
maker.
I beat you this morning,
That's
and then
good,
I
man.
realized you had a tire load.
Exactly.
I
I
was
had to
like,
go somewhere anyway, so it's just like whatever. I woke up at 7. I slept in.
we're pretty much the main two that go to Duplo.
Oh yeah.
We treat the customer good over there, so they like dealing with us, so they ask for us. So we kind of share it.
Definitely.
He got it this week. I'll probably get it next week.
More than likely.
They probably have a loader trailer right there now for
I
me.
wouldn't
Every
doubt
time I go, they have one.
Well, yeah, I took one out of door 6 and put a new one in door 6, and they got like 5 trailers that are sitting on the side.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's ready to roll.
I'm gonna try to get one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, his normal day, my normal day, we get up super early. I like to go straight out to the pad and start working, and he likes to do a little bit of pre-trip and then straight to the pad. So he
Here lately, I'm just going straight to the pad in the morning. I'll go
Yeah,
straight
that's
to
true.
the pad. As you can see, I don't want to stay out there whenever it's super hot.
Yeah, he's a little bit sunburned.
I'll have
I got
I'm like
sunburned
three-toed.
too. Look at my arm.
We know what that's from.
I forgot to put sunscreen on. Look.
Yeah, we know what that's from though.
Yeah, it's unreal. Yeah, that was from a fire. Sean was there. He didn't stop me.
Can't stop you when I'm that far away. How many times we gotta say that's too much gasoline?
Right. So this guy right here says it's great to hear that management acknowledges you as a person, and they do.
Oh, yeah.
Like we hear all the time that we're doing good jobs, and like we talk to our supervisors out here all the time.
Very much. It's nice to be recognized too, because the thing is, the way that a lot of people that are here, a lot of people that are here actually at the company, they realize the importance of the driver. And if the thing is, if it wasn't for the driver, they wouldn't end up having the jobs that they have. So they realize that the importance, and you're not just a number, you're a person. 9 times out of 10, you can call them by their first name.
And Sean, he does a real good job about keeping in touch with most of his students after they test out. Like, I try to the best I can. I think you're a little bit better at keeping in touch. Is some of them, some students, they don't want to talk to us after they leave.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you get those students that are like that, but the thing is about it too is that we're in an industry that is more so of a kind of like go as you please kind of an industry. You get a lot of people that want to come out here and they want to basically just be their own boss. They want to get told, hey, this is where it needs to go. This is how quickly it needs to get there, and they just want to go, which makes this company great, especially for veterans.
Yeah, and then the family aspect, like it's awesome because we get to talk to a lot of people, meet a lot of people, and if they ever need our help, they come to us. Like I'll see Sean's guys out there, and I'll be like, hey, watch my YouTube, and then I'll find out they're Sean guys, and I'm like, oh, Sean doesn't allow that.
Yeah, I don't. You can ask any of my students. I have very few select videos that I let them work with on YouTube. I want them just to be solely what I'm giving to them.
See, and it works for him. So like he keeps their head focused straight on his pre-trip. His pre-trip works. How many have you had fail the pre-trip?
I have not had. Okay, I've had. With all the students that I've done, I can literally count on one hand how many that I've actually had failed the pre-trip.
So he's real good at the pre-trip, like.
And it wasn't because of lack of preparation. It's just not a lot of those, especially the ones that actually ended up not passing. A lot of it ends up being test anxiety.
Test anxiety, and I was for the longest time up until I think it was the middle of last year was the first time I ever had anyone fail the drive. So like that was what I was good at. But here lately I had a couple of them not pass the drive, and it's been to like one guy, he seen the pad, he was real close to the pad, so he got excited and he kind of just pulled out in front of a truck, and impeding traffic is not good. So
well, it's also one of the things too is what I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen, whenever they come out here, they need to realize that the rules of the road still apply. They need to realize that the same rules that you were driving in a car are the same rules you're going to have to apply on the truck, even more than now.
Do you recommend a trainee sticking with one trainer for TNT or switching to hit the 30,000 mile mark?
Recommend a trainee stick with one.
I think they're talking about the 50,000. Back when we had the 50,000.
Might need a little bit of a clarification on that. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I
can
mean,
you clarify that? Because back when we had 50,000 miles, they were doing a program where you could do 30,000 miles with a trainer, and then two students could get together and do a team truck for the rest of the mileage to get you finished. But the 30,000 miles came out, and I don't believe that they're doing that anymore, are they?
I mean, the 30,000, they're only, just 30,000, then you upgrade.
Yeah,
they're not
30,000
doing
and then you upgrade.
Yeah, they're not doing the 50,000.
They don't have the
anymore.
20.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You gotta roll through all the way through the 30,000 miles. And the only time, and you'll hear some people will say that they end up doing more than 30,000 miles, like they did 40 or something to that effect. And the reason for that would have been that there may have been a critical incident that had happened on the truck. Either they had a hard brake or a rollover assist or something to that effect. They had an incident that Prime thinks, okay, yeah, a ticket. Prime thinks that, hey, you might want to stay out another 10,000 miles.
Yeah, and also sometimes you kind of are waiting on a truck for a little while.
True.
So it might not they might not have a truck ready for you right when you hit the 30,000 miles. So you might do some extra miles right there.
Yeah, you will, especially even with this last year, as many people may know, especially with COVID, everything got shut down. So that's why you ended up seeing people actually have to do 50,000 miles, was mainly because of truck availability and the truck manufacturers being shut down.
Have you seen that? Off subject.
Yeah.
I saw that Kenworth, the 2022 new
Oh, that's
one.
a nice one, isn't it?
Whew, that's a nice truck.
Yeah, that's a real
That
nice
is
truck.
a sharp truck.
And they kind of almost made it look like the T660s or the T650s back in the day, a little more of a narrow nose. And those lights got me, man. I like those trucks.
Yeah, that's a nice looking truck. I was shocked.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we have any here?
We don't have any of the brand new ones. I know that we have, the last time that I checked, I think we have around 10 to 15 Kenworths that are actually in the fleet right now. Not sure if they're necessarily, if they're doing testing on them for a possibility that we actually may have them on the fleet. But I do know that we have those trucks, and I think the main reason why was because we needed trucks.
Okay.
And the Kenworth dealership that's next to Prime, somebody actually ordered those trucks. And I think that they came in, they didn't take receipt of the order, so we just decided, hey, we'll take those since we need the trucks.
So it wasn't true when people were saying, we're testing Kenworths now.
Well, I think that the fact is, I think that we will possibly end up testing Kenworths again. I can't say 100% for sure. There's a couple of things I got to check on within the next couple of days, but I'll update you. Actually, I'll probably update you tomorrow and let you know, because I'll be able to get some answers on some stuff that I've heard.
He says, some trainees have suggested swapping trainers when they drive the first 15,000 miles and finish up with another trainer. Personally, you mesh with the trainer, stick with them. I haven't heard of that, and
key word on that whole deal is some trainees.
Yeah, some trainees.
Yeah, some trainees have suggested this. So the thing is, I know what Prime's policy is, and I know that if they want you to finish out with that one trainer. Because the thing is, all you're going to end up doing is there's no 100% guarantee that you're going to be able to mesh with the next person. So you want to get the 30,000 miles done. And to say, for instance, if you did go 15,000, you may come off that truck, the first truck at 15,000 miles, but there's no guarantee that that next trainer is ready and raring to go.
Yeah, so like I would stick, man, if I got a good trainer, could you imagine if you signed up for something like that and you had a really good trainer and y'all were knocking out those miles and then you got switched?
Yeah.
It might not be a good situation.
Well, it throws off your momentum. Now you're having to get used to somebody else. Somebody else knew that you're going into this whole, this next deal.
Is he saying dab? Where's that a troll?
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know what a jab is. You said, do you gotta get a jab before you get there? JAB. I don't know what that is. Hey, he said thanks for clarification.
Okay.
A COVID vaccine.
COVID vaccine. As of right now, there is no requirement to get the COVID-19 vaccine in order to come to Prime. It is encouraged, but it is not required.
So it's encouraged, but it's not required. Not as of yet, so
Yeah.
definitely, like, if you don't want to get it, then if you don't want to get it before you come here, don't get it. Unless you absolutely want it. I think if you get it before you come, like if you get the whole thing and you had it for, there's like a period you have to wait till it's like more effective.
Well, I know, especially some of the
Grace
vaccine,
period.
yeah. Well, I know some of the vaccines, like for instance, I think Pfizer and the Moderna, I think it's is a 2-dose shot. I think the only one that I think it was with Johnson and Johnson was a one shot deal.
Okay.
So I think that's 30 days. It's actually in between both shots. So that's a decent amount of time that you're going to be having to wait.
I believe that it knocks down how long you have to be on quarantine too if you get it too. Is what I was told. I had a student that got it.
Yeah.
Like months before he got here, and he said he only had a quarantine for 3 days. Whenever everybody else has been telling me they had a quarantine for 5 days or 7 days,
And then wait for a clean test, and yeah. I do that unless he came from a hotspot. I know that if you necessarily come from a hotspot, that they still want you to end up quarantining.
Yeah. And I get asked a lot, and I put out videos before, but does Prime hair follicle test? And still no.
Nope.
Still no.
And I know that's been a question that's actually been brought up to the driver advisory board as well. And I know that there was, as of the last meeting, that there was no push to go to get the hair follicle test.
My thing is, people are coming out here for like a brand new life. Like some people might have done stuff like a while back, but like a couple months before they thought about coming here, and like you're pushing for a new life, a new start. So I don't see why we would start hair testing people, because I think that, you know, you're changing your life when you come here.
Right. And I mean, I think some people also end up wanting the hair follicle test because it's a little bit more precise, I guess, or clear. People worried about a false negative or false positive, I'm sorry, and all that. So I mean, as of right now, though, I know we're not going for the hair follicle test.
Good, don't go for it, because everyone asked me about it.
Yeah. No, and I've had all kinds of people ask me that.
That's a hot topic.
It is a hot
like
topic.
I probably get asked that every week at least twice.
Well, because I think that there's other companies that actually do the hair follicle test.
Yeah, I've been told that, like, they were giving me lists of all these companies, and I'm all like, hey, if you're worried about that, come to Prime, because we're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I say go do your research. So research those other companies. If they're checking your hair and you don't feel good about it, then, you know, we check pee.
Research.
Urine, however you say it.
Yeah, that's what I did all the research before I actually.
Don't use CBD.
No.
Does that show up? I know people ask me that all the time.
So
I tell them it doesn't, because I always heard it doesn't.
The only thing on those is if there's even a risk that it's going to possibly pop up, I ain't touching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I even suggest, even most of my students say, I've had some people ask that, and I'm just like, I ain't touching it.
He says it does, so yeah, I ain't messing with it.
Yeah.
And after you become a driver here, don't think that after you do that one urine test that, oh, I'm good now, Prime ain't gonna drug test me again. I've had students get drug tested.
Yeah.
I had dude, like 5 or 6 of them at least. I go through driver lineup, where's this guy at? I'm all like, he's right here.
Yep.
Sit him inside.
Yep.
I'm all like, okay.
And I've had it the whole time, but heck, the whole time that I've been here, I know that I've had it 3. But I also know some guys that have had, every other month, every other time they come into the terminal, they get popped. And it's a randomized deal.
Yeah, I've had to do it twice, and it never fails. It was like early morning, and it was before I started training. One time while I was training, but it was early morning. I'm leaving on a load. I went to use the bathroom, pop open my energy drink, take one sip out of it, go into outbound, and they're all like, "Go inside, see driver lineup."
Couldn't you have called me earlier?
I'm all like, "Really?"
Yeah.
And then I'm all like, I ain't even moving with my truck because I'm paranoid. Like I'm an ex-CO, so like we're paranoid people. I'm all like, bro, I ain't moving that truck because they're gonna say that I try to go get somebody's sample or something, turn that in. Nope, I'm staying right here, drinking some coffee and chugging water. And then it's a miserable drive after that because you're driving down the road, going to deliver your delivery. And then the like you're all like, oh, I gotta pee,
And then
pull over
you're going
every
for the
3
rest of the
hours
day.
or 2 hours. Like I don't like pulling over that much. Like I get in there, like when we do the Duplo runs,
Yeah.
I tell my student use the bathroom over at the eco shred
Yep.
because I don't want to pull over and.
No. I mean, heck, even the whole time between here to St. Louis, there's usually what, like 2 rest stops that
Yeah.
really. And the
I
thing
don't
is,
really
yeah.
like stopping at it, you know.
No. Well, especially the ones that are there to the left, and you're having to merge back into the
Yeah.
fast lane. So
Yeah.
those suck.
And then after I go to Duplo, what I always do is go up to Love's and get some Subway
Yeah.
or something like.
That's normally what I've been doing. And student today is like, as soon as we got up there, we passed by that first rest area. I was like, hey man, you use the restroom because there's no other place to stop between here and wherever we stop. And he's like, no, I'm good. As soon as we get to the Duplo warehouse, he jumps out and he's like, oh, I gotta go now.
Are shippers and receivers requesting vaccines? I've heard that too.
I've heard some of them, but I know that I think that actually came up in a safety safety meeting. I think within the
They
last
said
couple
they
weeks.
weren't going to require us to be vaccinated
No.
or something.
So I know that's Prime's policy. They haven't made it mandatory where they're going to make it to where you get the vaccine. And for instance, if you end up having, or the shipper or receiver, I know Prime's probably going to help us out with that. They're going to be like, hey, well, either they're going to take the load or they're going to have somebody else who was vaccinated come in and grab the load. Or
You know, all they got to do is have like a drop yard. Just go switch the trailers out. You ain't gonna be around no one.
That's true.
I guess. Well, the guard, I guess. Or they can put a phone. Non-vaccinated. Just put a sticker on. Like on. Here's your sticker, man. Put it in the window.
Little sign as soon as you walk up there, not vaccinated.
Yeah, everybody puts on their mask and run up to you. Hey, man, you're the guys that aren't vaccinated. Get your trailer and get out. You know.
Look like a whole bunch of ninjas.
Get your trailer and get out. A QRC code.
QRC code.
That's all it says. QRC code.
I have no idea what they're talking about on that one.
I thought he was talking about Qualcomm, but
That's what I'm thinking.
I seen the R, QRC.
Clarification.
Right? Clarification.
We're requiring clarification on this.
Yeah, we're not that smart, man. We're truckers. Like,
There's some
stop
abbreviations
abbreviating
that
stuff. Like,
we know some abbreviations, but apparently not all of them.
yeah, I had to look up most of that stuff, like OMG and TTYL. Like, man, I'm getting old. I had to look that stuff up.
You are getting old.
The funny looking block square that you can scan.
Oh,
I know what he's talking about, but
Yeah.
what for?
in what regards?
To like shippers or what?
I have no idea.
Hey, E-Bakes is in here. He talks a lot in my lives.
Okay.
He's new. How long after the upgrade and the in-class does it take until you get your truck? So he pretty much wants to know from start to finish. I'm guessing.
Okay.
After you
how long
upgrade
do you
them.
upgrade in the class that they're taking. Oh, okay.
After the.
So normally, whenever they bring you in, normally that means that they're going to have a truck available for you. That's why they started having people, they may wait out on a truck for a little while before they actually have a truck availability to bring you in. When they bring you in, normally they have a truck available. Now, if you tend to refuse that truck, okay, then you're going to be sitting here and you're going to be waiting for a truck. But normally it's fairly quick from what I've seen. I haven't heard very many people saying they've had to wait quite a bit for a truck. And if you guys have heard anything about people waiting, shoot some examples. That way I'm not putting out anything bad.
Yeah, here, about 3 weeks ago, I heard of people waiting, but here recently, in the last week or so, I haven't heard of people waiting a long time for a truck.
Now, would they be waiting for a truck because they didn't like the truck that they got? Or
I was about to say that, like the lease.
Exactly.
The lease guys, hey, y'all have only internationals on the list. I ain't taking
I
one.
don't want to take. I don't want to purchase.
I don't blame you there. I don't blame you there. I don't want an international either. You download the app.
Download.
The
Okay.
QR.
Oh, the QRC. See, that's what we're trying to figure out. Like, what would the QRC code be for? Is this for a shipper or receiver that will require the vaccination? Or are they talking about that we
probably
put
a
it?
sticker on a window or something you can put on a window saying you're not vaccinated.
Man, how fancy do you think we are?
Right? Maybe.
Man, shoot, that's some fancy stuff right there.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, really?
Yeah.
I had to do it before I had a shipper. Oh, he had to do it before with a.
Oh,
They
really?
gave him one.
Huh.
So I guess they scanned it whenever he walked around.
Huh.
I had a shipper one time that they gave me a plastic ID card, and to get in the building you had to use it. To go to the bathroom you had to use it. You had to use it everywhere in there, and the bathroom was filthy.
I didn't have that. I have done that before. Normally it was at a, it was at Associated Grocers that had a little proximity badge to actually unlock the doors to actually get inside.
Speaking of a dirty bathroom, like the worst bathroom I ever seen was at that place.
Yeah.
It had used toilet paper stacked up about, I don't know, 3-4 foot
Oh.
all over in the bathroom, and it was just, it looked like nobody's ever cleaned it. Like, it was horrible.
That's bad.
Yeah, it was bad. But now I hear that they're putting on the Prime app. I was watching that video the other day, or on the Prime YouTube. They were talking about we can put reviews of places like.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's pretty cool. Like truck stops, you can write a review on it.
I do know that they had brought that up. They had brought that up with the DAB before, was us being able to rate certain customers and certain stops and everything like that, almost kind of making it like a trucker path.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. I like trucker path though.
I'm a big fan of trucker path. Once I found that out, shoot, man.
Dude, you ain't lying. Like mom and pa truck stops.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
You don't realize how many times I had to use like reserve parking until I really started using like trucker path. Like it was like, wow.
I've paid parking one time. No, two times.
I
And
paid
both
for it a
time-
lot.
Both time it was bad weather.
Well, see, and I've used it a lot.
Because
I've
of
done a
bad
lot.
weather, I wasn't about to go to the mall.
Well, the
and
thing
truck
is too, is
stops.
like when I come to find out you reserve parking, keep all your receipts. You can end up turning around and actually use it as a deduction.
Did not know
Deduct for
that.
taxes. 'Cause,
I thought lease guys could do that, but I didn't know
at least
company
we do the same
guys.
guys, we can even do the same thing. I know that because normally a standard deduction is up to a certain amount, and normally if it exceeds that amount, then obviously you put your receipts in. But if it's below that amount, that's usually when you're just like, okay, I really don't need the receipts
You want
anymore.
to do my taxes?
Not really. Not unless you want the money to go to me.
No, but I need someone. To,
I
I give
who do you
my
think I am? I do my taxes.
I give my stuff to H&R Block,
That's what I'm
and
doing.
they just go.
You kidding me? If I was doing my own taxes, I'd be in jail. Like
Well,
the bad side of jail.
Yeah, I
2
mean-
+ 2 = dog. That's what California taught me. That's that California public education right there.
Twizted, did you ever do lease? No, I never have done lease. I've thought about it, but no, I'm happy company.
Oh yeah.
eBank says, are internationals really as bad as people say? Because I want to drive one for myself.
I mean, it's an opinion. It's your opinion, but I mean, just looking up all the acronyms of what international stands for. I've seen what the 13-letter crap spreader. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that one called it. Shoot, I have not. There's only a handful of people. I'm talking like maybe 1 or 2 that could literally stand up and tell me that they did not have any problems with their international. That they loved it.
Would you drive it?
No, sir, not at all. When they went to the new body style, I thought that they were decent, and I was like, okay, let me check this out. I went over there and I even told when I was getting a new truck, I was like, hey, let me see if you guys need the new internationals. Let me check them out. And they're like, okay. They gave me this truck. It was to a bright canary yellow international, and I went and sat in it, and I was super uncomfortable as soon as I sat down. I was like, everything was super tight, everything was a lot closer, and I turned around and I could literally hit the bunk. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is not going to work. And once I come to find out that the Jake brake doesn't even work unless you hit the brake. You gotta turn the Jake brake on. And then whenever you actually go to hit the brake is when they activates the Jake brake.
I gotta get Brandon on here. He has an international. We'll get these international questions taken care
So
of.
if we put Brandon on here, he's gonna have everybody driving the international because he loves that truck.
Oh yeah, he does. You know what? I always think that looks messed up. Look at an international, how the roof comes down over the windshield.
Mhm.
Just think of a little ninja up there, pow, karate chopping it. That's what it looks like. It looks like somebody karate chopped it or throat chopped it.
Especially anybody that's over 6 foot. I'm 6'5", and I sat there and that thing is sitting right here. And that's like every time I go to stand up, and I'm like, nope.
What's the process for a former driver coming back?
Well, why'd you leave in the first place?
Well, grass was greener.
The grass was greener.
But it wasn't. It
See,
was
you
yellow.
come to find out that it was green colored concrete, didn't you?
Yeah, that grass
I
is
didn't
not
say
greener. But no, put it in your application. It depends if you kept on driving after you left. Like if you still have all the driving experience, sometimes and it also depends how long you've been gone.
True.
So if you've been gone for a certain amount of time, they're gonna remake you do orientation. If you've been here, if you were only gone for a little bit of time, then they'll put you back in your truck. If you've been gone a long time and you never used your CDL, the whole time you've been gone, I don't know how long it is, but they'll make you come do the PSD part again, and then Sean, me, some of the other people out here will get you and teach you back in again and get you ready for TNT again.
I think it's like 60 or something like 6 months or something to that effect. I know that if you leave longer than 30 days, you're going to end up having to go through orientation again. But you won't have to go through training again. I think it's like if you've been out and not been driving at all for 6 months, then you have to do like 10,000 miles.
He's been gone for 2 months.
But you're straight then.
Did you finish TNT? Were you in your own truck? How long were you here? Stuff like that. There's a lot of questions right there. I'll do TNT again.
If you will do it, but the thing is you don't necessarily have to do it. If you upgraded and you actually became an A seat, yeah, I did a year. Oh yeah, you did a year. Yeah, you won't even have to go for TNT again. You can come back and they'll get you a truck as soon as they're available, and you can get out to making that money.
Yeah, I had a student leave not too long ago. He left during TNT, had a family emergency. He left, he came back, he was gone for 2 weeks, came right back, no problems.
I literally left for like 2 weeks. I left for 2 weeks, found out that the grass wasn't greener, came back, and yeah, that didn't even show any time lost, and it was just right back to doing what I was doing.
He did 1 year and never did a seat.
Hmm?
Never did an A seat.
So did you upgrade? Did you get your own truck?
Probably had one of those trainers that just
Kept them on the truck all to. Oh.
I can't.
Nope.
I don't want to get into that because
that's a
I'll
whole
get
rabbit
heated
hole.
and he'll get heated.
That's gonna get a whole rabbit hole. But we're gonna end up not working for Prime anymore.
Yeah. we are a lot alike in the fact that we care about our students and the training they get, and we take pride in being here at Prime. So like we start getting irritated at certain stuff.
But yeah.
A friend of mine is 6'10", 325-ish, and learned in an international day cab.
Oh God.
The seat put his backside to sleep, so he had to drive kind of sideways.
Yeah, that's what the day cab. I can imagine.
That don't sound too safe.
No,
it depends how.
Especially with a day cab, though. Yeah, you're like this, like that. No. Yeah, because how safe is that going down the road? Yeah, heck no.
Yeah, that doesn't sound safe.
If I don't have to, you will not see
Should
me.
have got the purple pad for the seat, man. I like that purple pad.
See that purple pad felt weird. It's like as you move around.
I got 2 of them.
You like move around on it. This feels weird.
Yeah, you get used to it. My hip, like whenever I stand up after long shifts, like my hip will pop.
Right.
And it hurts. It hurts bad. So ever since I've been using that, it hasn't.
Maybe I'll give it a try again. But I've said it a few times. I was like, no.
I did a trainer and then teamed. Oh, he teamed.
Oh. So I mean, so he's one of those that they basically get caught or kept a B seat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can still come in and you're more likely you're still either if you want to go back out on a team, but you're more likely just going to be an A seat.
CPAPs at Prime are BS. I don't know what BS means, but I don't think that you're happy with it.
I don't know. You don't know what BS means? Yes, you do.
He abbreviated it. We were making a point earlier. Like,
We don't know
I'm all
what-
in on it. We don't know abbreviations right now, so
Yeah.
I'm all in on it. Like,
Yeah, so spell it out.
no, don't spell it out. Hey, cushion is magic.
So yeah, As I say, I'm just saying it felt weird. Might feel fine for everybody, some other people, but I just don't like it.
It's prime hire felons. That's a question for you.
Prime hire fillings?
Felons.
Felons, okay. Prime hire felons. I believe that they will hire felons, just depend on how long it's actually been since the conviction.
Yeah, and what it was for and
Exactly,
stuff like that.
especially if you gotta look at it from this point of prime. Prime's not gonna hire somebody that has a felony, like a larceny charge or like a grand theft charge or grand theft auto charge whenever they're giving you a $150,000 truck with tons of cargo in the back. You gotta look at it from that side of it.
Phillips, I could read your misspelling. It's all good, man. You don't have to correct it. I'm not good at spelling either, so I was all like, it looks close enough. I thought it was felines at first, and I was all like, what? We're hiring cats?
I guess so.
He said he never drove a winter. You were here for a year and you never drove a
How the heck
winter?
does that work? Unless he was just down south the whole time. But technically, you're
Could've
still
been.
driving in winter, you're just driving where it's warm during the winter.
What's up, Trucker Nene? It's been a long time. I don't know. She's another YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
My average for teaming was 3 to 4K a week.
On miles, or talking about cash wise?
Cash or miles? Yeah.
Cash, if that's cash wise, more like that sounds like a lease op.
That's why I stayed with another driver.
Miles.
Miles,
Okay. Yeah. Well, really? I've seen some people more
Yeah,
like
dude,
more than.
Whenever I was a team truck, man, I was not happy if I did not get over 5,500 miles a week.
Because
Like,
heck, that barely gets you into the team pay or the team bonus pay for that.
Somebody put it on there. Actually, told us what BS is.
Appreciate the clarification.
Yeah, we got the answer on what BS stands for. Like, I was worrying about these abbreviations, but we just found out what that meant, and we can't say that.
I can, but no.
3 days shipper, receivers, 3-day load delivery.
Huh? A 3-day shipper, receiver,
A lot of wait time. I guess he's saying that he got stuck 3 days at a shipper and 3 days at a.
I've seen tanker guys have to sit for longer than what we have.
I
haven't seen.
I said 48 hours. I said 48 hours at a Tyson. In Arkansas.
Oh, the Russellville.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen that, but I know that tanker, like, they'll end up having to wait just because of product. So the thing is, especially when you're coming and you're picking a division, just realize when you look at it this way, with reefer, normally they're going to have spots for our product. Whenever it comes from a tanker, they're going to have to use the product that's actually in the tank, that's a storage tank actually at the facility. It's going to have to get down to a certain level before they can take all the product off of that tanker truck.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to sit there, they're going to have to wait. Now, you will be getting paid for it. I'm not saying that you get paid for it, but you're going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
Detention like it is
Yeah,
for us?
I believe so, yeah.
They got the same stamp?
Yeah, I think it's the same stamp. I think it might run like a little bit differently, or unload pay or something of that.
Bro, whenever I got that stamp, my first time I got detention pay, I was so cool. I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. I took that stamp, I made sure it was nice and smashed on there, perfect. I was all like, yeah. That stamp is cool, man.
It is cool.
It like rotates down and it goes smack.
It makes you feel all important.
Yeah, you feel like you're some like office worker, get out my office.
On the back of all my traffic tickets, I used to have to stamp. Go through
So
the
you're
whole
good
thing,
at stamping, huh?
And,
Plenty of practice.
yeah, a lot of tickets.
What do you have to stamp them for?
There was a thing that was on the back on the, even whenever I was a cop in the military, on the back side showed you when your court date was.
Oh,
So
okay.
like civilian wise, if it didn't have the stamp for the civilian wise, but military wise had a stamp on the back and said what date, time, blah, 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 give them instructions.
Are there any team opportunities? Did they? I seen a Facebook one time. I don't know if it's still around, but it was like prime team matchup or something like that, where it was a Facebook group and they were guys looking for, or guys or females looking for a teammate. So I don't know if that's still around.
I'm sure it might still be around, but I know that there's a lot of people that are around here that end up looking for teams. But also the thing is too, you can come here with a teammate.
Yeah.
Say your buddy or your significant other or something like that that have actually y'all want to do the same thing together, come as a team.
Bring your sister out here, your brother, whoever.
I've seen husband and wives. As a matter of fact, I have a husband and wife PSD couple right now.
Right now?
Right now. So I mean, they're gonna go on a team. So I mean, you have a lot of husbands.
I got one of the fiancés, and Mandy has the other fiancé.
As a matter of fact, I've actually had the last 2 cycles. I've had a couple. As a matter of fact, one of them actually proposed down here at the fountain.
Over there?
The fountain that's
by the food?
Well, no. The one well, I guess the one down by the south lot.
Oh, the one by the old drop yard.
Yeah, by 65.
I still call it the old drop yard.
That's basically what it is, yeah.
Dude, that drop yard was a nightmare. You remember that?
Oh, I remember those. Dude, like even you remember having to try to get like your truck washed out?
Oh.
Like how long that line would be?
And all that stuff. I always hated coming out of there because I was all like, oh, I gotta dodge all these reefer units.
Exactly. And the thing is, you're doing this, like, this may be in your first load, and now you're solo, and you're having to try to weave around all these trucks and everything like that. You come around a blind corner, hopefully that another truck's not coming around to hit you.
I dreaded dropping here at
that was, especially during some parts of the day, if you were not lined up by 6 a.m., you were not going to get out of this yard until close to 11.
Yeah.
And that was just the way that it was.
It was horrible over there.
Yeah.
Like I would come to Prime, I'd be like, don't drop my load, don't drop my load, don't drop my load. I ain't even gonna go over there. I don't want to drop in there. And then something would always happen. Hey, your trailer needs to go to the shop, drop it in the yard over there. I'm like,
remember how many people we saw that flipped on Mayfair?
Oh, that ain't no lie. I was scared of Mayfair, bro.
Yeah, Mayfair Pass, man. I remember there was t-shirts that were made that if you didn't, I survived Mayfair Pass.
Was there?
Dude,
I would have got one.
Yeah, like, I don't know how the house that's like right there by the main entrance, I don't know how many times we had to pull a truck out of that guy's yard.
Dude, I was always like, man, I'd get a load and I would have to be there fast, and it would be like, oh, gotta wait on this crane to pick this truck up out of the ditch. It was horrible.
Yeah, and the thing is, that you're going to be put on Facebook. You know that you're going to be put on like every single Twizted truckers, everything like that. You're going to get on there if you flipped over in somebody's front yard.
Are you able to give a tour of the Prime facility? Yeah, but it's a long walk.
It is a long walk, but actually, if you come through orientation, if you come through orientation, they actually give you a tour of all the facilities.
What transport options when coming back? Air, car, rental, bus? You want to get a rental. I think the best is a rental.
Well, right now they have such a big rental shortage that they're not putting anybody with rentals.
Oh, okay.
So right now I think that they're still doing Greyhound. I know that we're trying not to do anything like big time mass transit, especially when it comes to like aircraft and everything like that. At least that's what I've seen within the last month or so. But I do know we've been having a big issue of trying to get rentals available.
If you can get a rental, I'm saying get a rental.
Yeah.
Because if you go on mass transit, you gotta be quarantined for longer. So, Hans says he can team up with anyone.
You think that?
Hans is not even in it. He's not even at Prime no more.
No.
He's been to a lot of my lives. See, that's why I'm telling you, you gotta start doing YouTube, because you'll get the guys in here and they're really cool guys.
Yeah.
Like Hans, he's been down for a long time. He's been down the whole time I've been doing this too. Kenworth Rider earlier, he's been down forever. Like you meet these people and like it's great, and like sometimes you get to meet them in person, which is really cool too.
I think I might actually. I have a YouTube. There's no videos on it, but I think I'm actually gonna start doing that. So you might see me more often than not.
They had my app for 2 weeks with no follow-ups. Is that an indication they don't want me?
No, That's okay. I normally, okay, you gotta look at it. I haven't seen that one. Call and check up with it. There
Yeah.
may have been a communication error. It may have gone to somebody who possibly went on vacation, but I would give a call and check on it. Cause they also, there could be things that they're waiting for to come back and everything like that. And the thing is, you may have submitted it or you thought that you had submitted it. Maybe it didn't go all the way through. So give a call, find out.
Resubmit it with my driver code too. Or his.
I see what you're doing.
Or his. I have E-Bank said, I had a very controlling trainer. He never gave me a chance to do anything. He was fine with me driving, but when we got to a shipper or receiver, he would take over everything. It was making me mad.
That's understandable. I mean,
yeah, we're like you touching like the hot wire. You see his face?
yeah, you're touching.
You get him mad. Like,
You're touching a nerve
as
on
for
those things.
report it,
Report it.
write emails, report it.
Because the thing is about it, you can bring this stuff up now, and nothing's really going to come of it. But the thing is, if you bring it up right at that particular time, you could end up fixing deals, fixing stuff. Do not suffer in silence whenever it comes to, if you feel that you need to get more backing done, if you feel that there's something that's going on, tell somebody, talk to the fleet manager, get a hold of training, get a hold of safety, get a hold of people of what you need to get done. Because the thing is, what's going to happen is whenever you come back in to upgrade, you're not going to know half of what you need to actually get out there on the road. Now you're going to be unsafe, and now you're going to get into a situation of what you don't want to get into. So, and obviously, yeah, touch the nerve.
Boom.
Yeah. So on those deals, you got to tell somebody. You got to tell somebody when it's actually going on. Or
speak up.
Exactly. Don't wait until a couple years down the road and be like, oh, hey, man, I had a really bad trainer and everything like that. Fix it.
Because the next person's going to get the same treatment.
Exactly.
So, like, I made a video and it might have made some people mad. And it was pretty much speak up, report it. If you feel like you're not getting the training that you deserve or you're getting disrespectful, write an email, talk to fleet manager, move up the chain of command. Like, the guy over TNT is Chris Martin. Guy over that is Stan Casterkey. Guy over that is Allman.
Yep.
And if you have to keep going up, because
utilize that open door policy. Utilize it. There's an open door policy. You can go all the way up to Mr. Lowe if you have to do it that way. And the thing is, it's still available to you. Get the answers of what you guys want. Now, sometimes the answers that you get may not necessarily be the ones that you were 100% hoping that you would get. But the thing is, put your stuff out there.
Is Jason? I think he's trying to say Justin still.
I don't know. Does Justin have a brother?
I think he was trying to say Justin. Justin's probably out there on the pad somewhere.
I know he's probably watching this too.
He might be watching.
I know he's watching it.
Is Kirsty back yet? Talked to her last week. She is still waiting on a truck. She's on your fleet.
Waiting for a truck.
Yeah, she
upgraded or whatever?
No. She's a YouTuber. She's on your fleet, and
Okay.
she had a family member. Her mother passed away.
Okay.
So she had to go take care of that, and she was international. She loved it, and now she's waiting on a truck. She's been waiting on a truck for a little while.
Now, are you necessarily waiting? Are you saying that you want to wait on any truck, or are you waiting on a specific truck, like you're waiting to get back into an international? Because I can tell you that will probably be a little bit of a wait.
I don't know what she's doing. She ain't in here.
Okay.
He was asking about her.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's on your fleet, so.
Oh.
Whole rank on her. She's part of the dab
There's
too.
no rank here.
She's part of the dab. Kirsty.
Oh, okay.
Real name, I don't know.
I haven't heard anything from her, but I know that, heck, especially if you're being the dab, you're going to be able to get in touch with the people that you need to actually get this stuff done. I'm sure there's more to it.
She got their phone number on speed dial.
Exactly. Which, and the thing is, normally whenever I've seen cases like that, it's they're waiting for a specific truck. They're waiting for an international, or they're waiting for a Peterbilt or they're waiting for something that what they wanted.
Yeah.
So I can,
She probably wants any truck. She's thinking about coming out here and doing PSD only. She was telling me in my last live.
okay, interesting.
So
Come on out, give her a try.
yeah, I told her, I was like, come talk to me out here. He says, yeah, Justin. We can't see that far. It's dark outside.
Exactly, but more likely he either there or he just went home.
Knowing Justin, he's probably still
Yeah,
out
more
there.
likely. Or he's talking to somebody.
8 years of experience. Do I have to be trained again? Hans, you do not have to be trained again, bro.
8 years of experience, but when was the last time that you're actually behind the wheel?
He's still behind.
Oh, there's something. Yeah, you go straight to a truck.
He just likes asking questions that like you can answer.
Gotcha.
He cracks me up. Like he asks all kinds of stuff like slow trucks.
Look, okay, especially whenever you're prime. Yes, we're known for we're not necessarily the fastest trucks that are out there on the road. But the thing about it is, you've also heard
Best fuel mileage.
Well, you look at the best fuel mileage. The other side of it is though too. I've also heard of a lot of deals, especially with the FMCSA, that they're looking at possibly limiting all trucks to 65.
I've heard that too.
So I mean, the thing is, you're looking at that. Okay, what's the difference if you end up even some of the bigger companies? You're not going to end up being over 70 miles an hour. Normally the industry standard 9 times out of 10 is 65. So the thing is, you're talking about a 2 to 3 mile difference. That's not really going to be all that big. So the thing is, if you ended up wanting to go a little bit faster, like, oh yeah, I get 70, you're going to end up wanting to go 75. You're going to go faster. You're going to go faster. And the thing about it is, faster doesn't mean safer.
No. Usually in the wintertime, the guys that pass me on the road, because I'm going slow. I'm going slow or I'm pulling over if it's that bad. But I'm going slow because it's still manageable. And the guys that pass me, they're usually the guys flipped over in the ditch.
Oh, I've had that exactly situation happen. As a matter of fact, one of the first times that I was out, or whenever I went out, first time on winter on my solo, right? Manual truck, back to the manual trucks, man, I missed that. But
Dude, I missed the splitter.
I missed that splitter. But going up in Wyoming, coming out of Laramie, heading westbound, and we were all lined up. We had a whole bunch of trucks that were lined up, and we were basically almost kind of doing, remember those Indian runs where somebody would come up from the top and you just drop back.
Yeah.
And if you're the first one all the way up front, sometimes that you end up getting all kinds of snow accumulated on the grill, so then you start backing up. We were doing that. CBs communicating with all the other drivers, and we look in the rearview mirror and we see this big old plume of snow just coming up, barreling up the fast lane. And we had this long-nosed Pete that just blew all of our doors off. And we're all going at least like 25 to 30 miles an hour just because it's snow on the ground. We have ice and wind, everything like that. He blows by us going 80. And about 15, I think about 30 miles up the road, he's laid over in a ditch.
Yeah, I see it all the time.
Yep.
I have my students like, wow, that dude just passed us, man. He thinks he's cool.
Yeah.
You see him on the side, boom, and you're all like, he's not so cool now.
Or the ones that they'll do that, then guess what? You come around the corner, you will, even though the speed limit does say 70 miles an hour, but the thing is, it's also speed for the conditions. So you could have a trooper that's sitting back behind the corner. As soon as you get around this curve and you're going 70 miles an hour in the snow, you best believe he's going to flip his lights on. You're going to get a nasty ticket.
How much is that?
Depending on the state. I mean, it could be very, very, very pricey.
What's the economy truck? For a solo, is there a long way to get into economy truck?
So I know lightweight
Is that lightweight?
That could be a lightweight. It could be economy truck. I know some companies call the economy truck. There's usually not that big of a weight, especially because a lot of people don't necessarily want to get into a lightweight.
Yeah, he's at
lightweight. From what I've seen,
you're smart, bro. I'm bringing him more often. We gotta have a smart guy.
It's
economy truck.
What else would an economy truck be?
Bro, I don't know. I was all like, was he talking about a Tesla? What?
A Tesla truck?
Dude, that's what
Okay.
plug it in somewhere.
That's what we're gonna.
We're saving the environment, but we're killing it with
That's what we're gonna
batteries.
go into. And I'll bet you Prime's gonna probably be one of the first ones to get them.
You think so?
I think so. One, I know that and the Tesla truck and what was the other company? Crap. There was another company that was making the electric trucks, but watch it within the next couple years. We're probably gonna end up having some here at Prime too, because you best believe Robert's gonna want to try to get on that just because it's gonna be
Revolutionized.
well, it's not revolutionizing. I'm talking about the miles per gallon working cost, everything like that. That's a big overhead as diesel.
You think it's gonna be one of the self-driving ones?
I don't think it's gonna be a self-driving deal. And the thing is, I've heard a lot of people that come up and talk about the whole self-driving deal, that we're gonna get kicked out of this industry and everything like that. You gotta realize that the infrastructure that would be required for the electric trucks to happen, we're like, I would say decades away from that. Because the thing is, you gotta realize they would have to retrofit a lot of highway systems, they would have to retrofit a lot of DOT, and you would have to have communication between the states. You're talking like, how long does it take to get potholes?
Could you imagine a train going across some tracks? Is it gonna register the train?
Not even just train, you're gonna have a time that you're gonna intermingle between an electric self-driving truck and the motoring public. Now, they do have the monitors, they do have the cameras and everything like that, they have the technology to fix that stuff, or to worry about it. But there's also all these different types of anomalies. What happens when the Tesla truck is struck by lightning? Or what happens when the self-driving truck is struck by lightning? You have all kinds of these different things that everybody's worrying about, that there'll be all of a sudden that, hey, oh, we're gonna be out of a job because they're gonna have these autonomous trucks. There's always going to be a need for somebody inside that truck, especially when it comes to backing. How many shippers and receivers have we been to that literally how hard it is to try to back in because the truck next to you doesn't park straight, the truck on the other side doesn't park straight, and you got to try to snake your way into it.
And then there's always like different variables, like debris out there. Like I was at one shipper, I had to move some crates and like a whole bunch of crates and pallet pieces and all kinds of stuff because I didn't want to run over it with my trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the places, what's that food place called where they put the two big pieces of wood out there? It's in the Northeast. They put big pieces of wood like a ramp on both sides because their docks are too high for our
we're
prime
talking
truck.
about the banana loads, like Dole.
Yeah, stuff like
Dole
that.
Or Del Monte, or those are interesting. And
So,
that was within the first year I had to do that. It's like,
is that guy gonna is the self-backing truck gonna back up on those two ramps I don't know if it can see it
I mean,
or
I
not.
think you're gonna have, there's at least, we're not going to see it in our generation. I highly doubt that we're gonna see it in the next generation. I'm sure that'll be like, they'll put more stuff out than within the next generation, but I don't see a completely autonomous truck taking over an entire fleet with no human interaction for at least the next 30 years, 30 to 40 years. I don't see it happening. And even then, very little.
Yeah.
So I
think it's a while. I think that's a while coming.
I think it's a long time.
If it even ever gets there.
Yeah.
Other flower loads point A to point B, no more unloads. Yeah, I heard that too. I was told that Prime's not doing the flower loads where they're all the stops. I heard here recently they just do
I know that
one
there
drop.
I know that there are some flower loads. I know that whenever we pick up, there's a flower load that goes from our floral department down in Miami, and it goes to Pearson. I know that that's a drop, but I know that for delivering to all the different flower shops, which I know that we still have those accounts.
They said that we're not doing it no more.
Really?
Yeah, that was about like 3-4 weeks ago I heard about it because one of my buddies, he used to just run nothing but flower loads. He was dedicated on that stuff. He would unload them, go to all those places, and he was all like, "Hey, I'm back over the road." And I was like, "What?"
I'll have to check on that because heck,
And then Nelk's TV just says, "Yep, I did it last week."
I mean, it would make sense, but I mean, I think that it would make sense, but on the other side of it is, I think we may lose a lot of customers if we don't do the hand unload.
If
But I mean-
if we lose them, like
I pray for it because this man
I'm good
those be
with
so easy.
forget going into those neighborhoods and stuff like
Oh
that
my
to
God.
deliver. Those were horrible.
Especially even at night, like nighttime, it's like, dude.
It was like a scavenger hunt though to find the locks. To go to this lock, put in
Yeah,
this
but then
combination.
how shady do you
Key.
look? How shady do you look like in a dark alley trying to get into somebody's area? Then you got to jump in there, try to put the code in for the alarm, and not set the alarm off.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was every time whenever I would do those floral loads, and I've done 3 floral loads, whenever I did TNT, I was like I would almost require to have a 34-hour reset after that from just like sheer exhaustion.
Question at Prime, do you have to be vaccinated for COVID since Biden is trying to get people vaccinated and threatening to fine companies if employees, right now we're not.
Right now, Prime's not required. I did see that today that the president is requiring all federal employees to get vaccinated. But I think that for right now, I know that it's still the owners of the companies, it's their prerogative on whether or not that they want to get it done.
If you want one, they got them at the terminal over there downstairs, in the basement.
Yep.
Somebody told me you don't even need an appointment. You just walk in there and they stick you.
I'm not sure about that one. I do know that you can do the same thing at Walgreens. You can do the same thing at Walmart. You can any place that they're doing the vaccine. Very few places I know that you have to go and actually set an appointment.
So right now we're not all executive branches of government is what it says.
Federal government.
Yeah.
So any federal employee is going to end up being required to get which we saw it with the military. The military, they made the requirement about 3 weeks ago that all service members will have to have the vaccination. And I knew that that's going to follow federal. That's always what happens.
Yeah, it always follows along, and then the next people, and then the next branch.
Well, it's all of what it's all of what they can touch. So I mean, federal can only touch the guys that are federally employed. So the thing is, whenever it comes down to state employees, that's still going to be the prerogative of the governor and the state legislature. We're using big words now.
Companies of over 100 employees is what this guy is saying.
Companies over 100 employees are requiring it. I haven't seen it. Doesn't mean that's not going to happen. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. We'll see what happens. Nobody knows what's happening. I mean, you can grab this phone if you need to.
Yeah, let me see here. Legislature.
You can read whatever question you want.
Oh,
Somebody said they just watched the address.
Oh, the address, yeah.
The address, however you say it. The address. It was abbreviated.
It's abbreviated.
It wasn't abbreviated. But I'll make it work. It was abbreviated. Guys, that was abbreviated.
I wonder if that counts for leased people too. It will. So the thing is, if you're a lease, you're still an employee of Prime. So the thing is, you're still going to be, if you're an employee of Prime with the purple badge, it's going to be, if he ends up doing it, it's going to be you have to have the vaccination to actually come into any of the facilities.
Somebody clarified it was
Not abbreviated.
Man, I appreciate it. Whose side y'all on right now?
I'm sorry, but apparently California has to read these now.
Yeah.
Apparently Texas can't read.
Texas can't read. It's more than 4 letters, bro.
Oh, man.
I barely made it through high school. If there wasn't this beautiful girl that sat next to me that let me copy all of her stuff all year, I would not have passed.
The only reason I passed high school was because I started taking stupid classes towards the end because I knew that I was going to the military.
Bro, I aced Spanish 1, Spanish 2, she wasn't in there, bro. Like, I failed. I dropped out of it. Spanish 2, failed.
Even when I found out that you could have either a foreign language or a fine art, I went to fine art because I knew I was a drummer, so I went to marching band and did that, and that was a requirement. Because I can speak
Band
some
student,
Spanish.
huh?
Drumline, there's a difference.
Band student.
Drumline.
Did you go to band cap?
Nope.
You're missing out.
Apparently.
I saw it on movie.
I saw, yeah, I think I might have seen that movie too.
Yeah, they had fun at band camp.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm saying that, but
Just saying.
I didn't play the flute though. So I mean, drummer, that's different.
Could
We
have
go to
played a
different
different
camps.
flute.
And we were OGs. We were cool. We were the guys spinning the freaking sticks and yeah, all kinds of fun. I aced lunch. So did I.
Oh, somebody aced lunch.
Yeah, they said they aced lunch. Yep. I was really good at lunch, as you can very well tell. There was a time I only had one chin.
Believe it or not, I passed PE pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
That's our abbreviation. PE.
oh yeah, that's right. We're no abbreviations because we start thinking PE means something else.
Yeah.
I say I failed math and they added letters. Yeah, see, their letters don't go with math. Math is numbers.
Dude, I love math.
You can keep that.
Dude, I love math. It was fun.
What is the average weekly pay at Prime after taxes? All right, it depends on whether or not you're a company driver or a lease driver. So company, I know that running OTR, you're looking at around, the way they advertise around 900, around, especially you gotta realize when you're running, so around gross after taxes and everything like that. Oh, actually, I would say net around 900 to 1,000.
See, and I say about 800 to 1,200. So
yeah, and then when you decide that you actually if you wanted to be an instructor, then that goes up a little bit more. But obviously, there's more work involved with it.
It's like the owner of the company said, "Come here, and make as much as you want or as little. So do what fits you best here."
This is one of the best. This is one of the best jobs of. We've all had jobs to where we can bust our butt, but we're still going to come home with the same paycheck every 2 weeks or every month.
Yeah.
So this is one of the only jobs that you can actually get what you get out of it, what you put into it.
Plus bonuses.
Yeah, with lease, I know that's a little bit more. I can't comment necessarily on how much the lease guys would necessarily make, but I know that it's on average. I've seen it. It just depends on the freights and the loads. I've seen some guys that they get under $2,000 gross a week. I've seen guys that have over 5,000, but the thing is, it's all dependent on how much you work and the freight lines and the type of loads.
Bro, I seen my buddy. He showed me his check. He had nothing but high value loads.
Yeah.
TNT, and he had a TNT student, and they made bank.
Oh yeah. The thing is, all that money's gonna be taken out in taxes though too.
I ain't even saying how much it is because it was a ridiculous check.
Ooh, dang, one of them checks.
Yeah, that was all like, yeah, it was a crazy amount. I didn't believe him, so he was all like, "Hey, this is what." Did you say a YouTube check?
It's one of those YouTube checks. You heard that?
I know who he's talking about. I know who he's talking about.
Prime ever mandated, okay. If Prime ever mandated that, it's not what you make, it is what you spend.
She's taking pictures of the bus, the phone numbers for the bus.
Yeah, it's not what you make, it's what you put into it, but what you spend. Yeah, the thing is about it too, you'll get a lot of guys that they'll end up spending all their paycheck. Now the thing is about saving money, putting it away, everything like that.
Be smart.
Be smart with your money. Very good idea.
Don't buy a drone and then crash it into a lake and then go buy another one and crash it into a lake.
Or you're coming out and you're going lease for the first time, right? Or if you're coming out and this is the first time you've ever been in a truck and you decide that, I'm going to get the most expensive truck. I'm going to put all the chrome options on it. I'm going to put all this crazy stuff inside, get the expensive mattress, and you spend all of your money before you even start making money. And that is not a good idea.
Yeah, Hans is right. Like cooking in your truck, like he says, he cooks in his truck. Ain't eating that truck stop junk. Like that's gonna save money right there. I saved a lot of money by not eating out.
And the thing is, all it is an initial cost. Get a Instapot. You get an Instapot, you can cook anything with that.
Exactly.
Instapot, man.
And a microwave.
And a microwave, Instapot, maybe a little cooler refrigerator. And front initial cost is going to save you so much money on the downside.
I don't know what that button does. So
no
I was like,
you want to get? See, you're going to shut us off.
Doesn't do nothing. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, it did something. It just brought it up. It puts its, it's all
Yeah,
the different filters. That's what it is.
Oh, we can make ourselves pretty?
I guess so.
So we're
Maybe
not
this,
scaring all the kids
I know,
out.
right? Just put, yeah. That's why, all the kids are gone.
He says he spent $300 a week eating out from truck stops. Did you crash a drone into a lake, or is that someone else? Oh, I was talking about my buddy. He spent a lot of money on. He took cash advances out to buy drones, and he crashed them into the lake, and he took a cash advance, and he was always wondering why he was negative.
There's a good point. When he says that spending or going into the truck stops, eating the truck stop food junk, that is what. So whenever we first come in, everybody talks about that first year 40. That first year 40 pounds that you end up tacking on. Now the thing is, that's just not coming from a guy who is necessarily thin. I have no way, shape, or form I can tell you from experience that just because it was easy, look at all these things that are normally attached to truck stops. Taco Bell, McDonald's.
Love Taco Bell. I eat at every Taco Bell.
So I love Taco Bell too.
I eat at every one.
And it's like McDonald's, Burger King, pizza, all this other stuff, and you have all these different options.
I like pizza.
Dude, that's the best pizza in the flipping industry. I'm telling
Yeah.
you right now. That is the best. Even like I put them above even heck Domino's, Papa John's, anything like that. I put them way up high, especially the barbecue chicken pizza or the brisket pizza.
Dude, they're all good.
Oh my god,
that buffalo chicken one I couldn't get enough.
See, I can't do the buffalo chicken ones. Like they made that sweet habanero one too. They had that one. I think it was a Southwest thing that they had though. But man, that sucker was good, but it burned you up.
Maintenance and safety is good. My wife says, no lie, he loves Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Can you put a TV in the truck? I watch when you rest.
What?
I watch T when he watches Mr. T whenever his trainer's resting. He wants to know if
watch when you rest. Okay. Can you put a TV? You can put a TV in the truck.
I have one.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I have one.
Bro, I got an Xbox in there. I'm playing video games.
Even
you got an Xbox in here?
I got PS3.
Not important.
What are you talking about?
Xbox.
PlayStation.
Xbox.
PlayStation.
Not hearing your racism.
I think that's where you're gonna start.
Taco John. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, he says it blows.
No TV.
Yeah,
No TV in my truck. No time to watch TV. You gotta have time, dude. And the thing is about it, I've seen that. I've heard a lot of people say that stuff. That
he doesn't work at Prime. I think he's heavy hauling.
Well, see, even like heavy haul. And the thing is, whenever
you got time, though.
You got time. Sit there, relax. Try to have your own time every day. Because the way to decompress, if not, you're gonna burn yourself out.
Hans never goes home either. Bro, if you never go home, like, you have to get a TV on that truck. Like, I'm watching, like, give me some detention pay. I'm playing Xbox. See, Xbox Life. Man, throw those hashtag Xbox Lives up in there for all you Xbox guys.
See, how much does it make sense that whenever, like, whenever Xbox 360 first came out, you guys actually had to pay to go play online? You only got that for free, right?
Yeah, but it was trash.
It was not.
All you could hear in the headsets is...
Who the heck want to hear anything on the headset?
Do y'all want to hear that? I bet they hated it when I did that.
On the headset? 9 times out of 10, it's some kid from way over that you don't understand what he's saying anyway.
Bro, we use teamwork tactics.
That's a teamwork bull.
You one-man army.
I bet you were a camper.
Dude, I was under the stairs in Grandma's house.
You're a camper. You're sitting at one spot. You're trying to pop people off.
Bro, I had my C4 in the hallway. You run in there, throw scavenger, get another one.
All about that PlayStation Life. I've owned an Xbox 360, but I will not touch Xbox again.
When did you feel comfortable backing 2 trucks?
But when did you feel comfortable backing between 2 trucks?
Between 2 trucks.
Mine was actually, so whenever I first started.
Abbreviate, but he used the number.
Numbers mess with Texas, I'm sorry. Backing, so I was comfortable doing it whenever I was out, when I just got out of TNT. I mean, I started getting comfortable with it, but the thing is, I wanted to be comfortable without having that safety net or that crutch of that trainer being next to me.
Yes.
But the thing is, I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to put the trailer in different difficult spots. I wasn't afraid to blindside it. If I had an open spot, I wanted to practice on it. I practiced blindside it. I challenged myself, pushed my limits, and I found out what my limits are. So, I mean, sometimes it can take people a year, sometimes it can take people more. But the thing is about it though, too, whenever you have stopped learning, and a lot of people, especially in this industry, will tell you this, whenever you think that you know it all and you think you stop learning, time to hang up those keys.
Yeah, and mine was about 2/3 of the way through TNT. And then the real backing began. Look at that Atari Life and stuff.
You drop a Nintendo, big old name drop.
Yeah, but pretty much whenever I got my own truck and I started backing with no help from a trainer, that's whenever I really truly learned, because I had no help.
Lightweight or condo?
Condo all day.
Yeah. I can't do it. I mean, I know some people that can do lightweights and do it very well. I wanted a condo. I wanted to have that little bit of an extra room, but the thing was too, may not necessarily be available. You do get that extra 5 cents a mile whenever you're driving that lightweight though.
Across 4 lanes of moving traffic. I think that dude's talking about Frogger.
That has to be.
Jumping across.
You trying to play Frogger out there on the road?
Dude, I had a backup. I went to T&W, the tight one in Kansas City again. And they told me, go drop my trailer in the alley.
Dude, don't even talk to me about tight backing. The floral loads. Those floral loads were some of the tightest spots I ever had to go into. Or
T&W is horrible.
Go to Albert's Organics in Vernon, California now. I know they moved that account to Riverside, but the one when it was in Vernon, trying to back up in there, you had to back up off the street, do a U-turn, and back almost in a giant U.
That's what he just said he had to do. He said across 4 lanes of traffic. But yeah, they had me drop that trailer in the alley and pick up the loader trailer in the alley. It was there was all those cars and stuff. It was horrible, bro. I really don't want to go back there.
Yeah. Tyson
Watch,
load.
I'll be there Monday.
Yeah, right. Tyson load or Nestle water load? I'll take Nestle water load all day long.
Nestle.
I'm going to lightweight until I train extra 500. Yep, that's the smart way of looking at it.
They're saying that they're getting an extra 500 lightweights are.
It's an extra. Well, I know it's an extra 5 cents a mile. So it's an extra 5 cents a mile. So the thing is, that first year or that 6 months before you can become an instructor, I would go lightweight, or if you had somebody that you knew that just TNT and that upgrade at the same time, go team with them. Maximize your money.
It's no extra 500. Look, dude, a maximum average, more than average on a solo truck is 2,500. You times that by 0.05, 5 cents, $125. That's an extra $125.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's getting this 500 from.
I don't know either. Maybe it's
where you getting the extra 500, man? You know a secret?
You get some kind of
somebody
brag. What the heck?
Let me find out.
What's this hustle?
Oh, isn't there how about Northeast lightweight? Didn't they pay an extra 5 cents for that too?
I know that they do pay extra for Northeast, but they can keep that. You can't send me this in a server.
We'll just say it's 10 cents. That's still 250.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know what kind of craziness.
I don't know what kind of math
you add an extra zero where they're not supposed to be, man.
I don't know what kind of math you're doing for extra 500.
You're doing that Texas, man. That's exactly what you're doing.
Oh, bro, he has his abacus out. Yeah. It was bumpy in the truck when he was figuring it up.
In Texas. Y'all backwards. Y'all in the freaking Stone Age. Let's see. He's special hauling. Yeah, that's exactly 125 per week times 4. 500 a month. He's trying to do that.
Did he say 500 a month?
So you're talking about a month or you're talking about a week? If you're talking about a week,
he said per month.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't read the last
Who the heck talks about per month, man?
Yeah, we've been paid by the week.
Heck out here trying to confuse us, make us look dumb out here on this Facebook Live.
Yeah,
man, what the heck wrong with you?
Month. And you ain't even gonna get a good week every week, and plus you're gonna go home a week, and you're gonna be spending more in truck stops. They hold less food. I mean, you can figure out how to store it. He was one of my students.
Yeah, we get how you do your math. Like if you make $125 a week, yeah, we get that.
You sure he does make the light? I'm gonna start telling people that so they get the lightweights. Bro, you make $500 extra.
Exactly. If I told you, hey, you get $500 extra, they're gonna be like, oh,
a month.
Exactly, because that's exactly what was it? Nichols TV.
You almost had me in a lightweight, bro.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm training in a lightweight. I'm training in a lightweight, bro.
It's like, well, you almost got me. You got real close.
Yeah, he says I talk per month. 6 months driving, ain't been home this year. Yeah, see, Hans never goes home.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a workaholic. You always said I was too technical. Yeah, you sure were. Yeah, a month though, like we're talking weeks.
Exactly. Who the heck talk? Whenever you get paid a week, why do you keep talking about getting per month, man? You trying to inflate your numbers.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, are you gonna work every week? Are you never gonna take 4 days off? Like, are you not gonna take any time off?
You're going to burn yourself out.
How's Kiersey? From what I understand, she's good. I haven't talked to her since the other night in the live. Shoot, I'll train in a lightweight if they let me. Right? Nah, they're not gonna let you train in a lightweight. They're gonna make you. We just had a guy. He came through the instructor's course and he had a lightweight, and they gave him a student and they said, "Hey, you're gonna be working locally with this guy until we get you a truck," because he was supposed to have had a truck lined up. Something happened to it. I think that they gave him a Peterbilt that was like broken down and torn up, and he was like, all this stuff needs to be repaired. So they were supposed to get it all repaired, or something happened, but he wasn't taking that truck that they gave him because it needed a lot of work or something like that, and they replaced it. I just need to learn how to back and know the Qualcomm well, and I'm set. Yeah, the Qualcomm's not that hard. A lot of people stress that stuff. I'm actually thinking about putting together a series on how to use the Qualcomm for company guys, and maybe, well, the lease guys can use it too, but like some of the special stuff for the company guys, because what I'm finding out is that I might light a fuse here again on accident. Cover your ears. What I'm finding out is that a lot of my trainees are not getting taught how to use the Qualcomm. Just their hours of service. They only hear off duty, on duty. That's all they know. So I had 2 guys come in like that. So good thing is he's calling me. One of them's calling me right now, and I'm getting him fixed up to be better. But pretty much he just drove.
Those trainers are wrong.
Yeah.
Very wrong.
See, please make a video, Twizted. So he must have been on a truck that he got done like that, I bet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking at making a video like that. I'm gonna write out I need to sit down and write out an outline of everything I want to do, because I want to write an outline. First step, everywhere you go, shipper or receiver, this is what you do. If you have a drop and hook, this is what you do. And then I want to go more in depth with it. Hey, the macro 27 is this, and just really get into it and show people how to get reimbursed for scale tickets and stuff like that. It's just a little outline for the Qualcomm and the macros. But I'm not too sure I need to ask some people about if I can put that on a video or not, because it's Qualcomm and I didn't, sometimes they wouldn't want you to put that out online because it might be sensitive information. So I need to find out a little bit about that. If you go to receivers or shippers, do you go off duty or is it on duty? And the
What?
macro to Yard duty.
Oh, you're talking about the yard move or whatever. I don't even touch the yard move.
I don't mess with yard move.
No, because it's still going to take off of your 14 anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
mean,
use it either.
Yeah.
Bro, sometimes I will start my clock on purpose so I could get a 10-hour break. Depending how hard I ran that week,
Yeah.
I might start it on purpose just to give me a 10-hour break.
So all you got to do as soon as you get there to a shipper receiver, show on duty time for about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's all of what's required.
Yeah, Hans is saying on duty for 5 minutes.
See, the thing about 5 minutes, so when you do it so low, and the thing is, whenever you do it that low, and then once you get it seen at, or say for instance, you get pulled in and you end up having to have your logs looked at, and it only shows a 5-minute unload time, they're going to start calling foul on that. So
yeah, you need to set it. Like what I do is I do my pre-trip.
however long that it normally takes for you to unhook a trailer and hook back up to a trailer is around, on average, how much time you need to show on duty, even if you're doing a live unload.
Yeah.
Because enough time of where it takes you to go
back in the door,
go check in the shipper,
back
come
to
back.
your truck. That's
Exactly.
how long.
So 15, normally 20 minutes, that's usually what I'm end up showing.
Do y'all ever split clocks?
Split clocks. Like with an axe?
8-2 splits. Stuff like that. That's what I think he's talking about.
Yeah,
I've done them.
I've done them. So, I mean, I've done the 8-2, I've done the 7-3. I mean, I've done all of those.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just depends on, well,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I mean,
The
I didn't even
clock
know
messes
about it.
me
I
up.
didn't know about it until there was one time that I went to go deliver at a Walmart, and I called the fleet manager. I was like, hey, I don't have the hours on here. He's like, hey, put yourself in the sleeper for 8 hours, and it pops back up that you have the time. Now, the thing is, though, you can't necessarily run all of your clock out and then try to do the 8-2, because the only thing that comes back is the unused, on-duty time.
Yeah, that got me before.
Yeah.
My TNT trainer tells me it's
You still need to show on-duty time at a shipper or receiver.
Yep.
Because if you don't,
it's a log violation.
You may go around and not do it for a while, but then the thing is, you're eventually going to get caught, and you're going to be the one that ends up having to pay that ticket, not your trainer. So the thing is, if you're showing that on-duty time, you need to show that on-duty time at the shipper or receiver.
Yep. It could end up with a log violation, and you could end up with a ticket.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you go to the scale and they're all like, "Hey, you delivered here. Where's your on-duty time?"
And you know what excuse they're not going to take is that my trainer told me not to do it.
On duty while I back in. I do see. What I do at the shipper is whenever I hit that gate, I try to switch it to, as soon as I stop, set the brakes, I switch to on duty. And then I leave it all the way on duty until I get back in my truck. So, I mean, not from the guard shack, but until I go back my truck in or drop and hook, whatever I'm doing. As soon as I'm done with that, then I'll go off duty, because, I don't care about running out some on duty. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to really affect me that hard.
What does it say? If a shipper for 12 hours, we're not saying be on duty the whole time that you're there. Heck no. Normally I'm going to be on duty, like I said, 15, normally 20 minutes. And then I might put myself in the sleeper berth, because there's always a chance that you end up being stuck there at a shipper or receiver for a while. And the thing is, you can end up getting an 8-2 split out of a shipper or receiver.
117, back to the open door policy. You can call and talk to logs. They are happy to help you and answer any questions you have. So if you feel like your trainer is having you do something illegal or questionable, or that he shouldn't, and you think that you're right, you can always call logs and get clarification. If you're right, then, you need to talk to your trainer about, hey, I called logs and logs said this. Or if you say, hey, let's call logs because you want this done and I think that it's wrong, do you mind if we call logs? 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, okay, you know what, let's just do it your way, because they don't want to call logs, especially if you're right. So,
Log says we'll go to prime next year. Why you got to wait a year, man?
He probably won't. He making too much money over there doing what he's doing. Especially since he never goes home.
Yeah. But, ooh.
Well, yeah, I gotta be up early because Sean gets up at like 4 a.m. So,
I'm gonna disable
no,
your truck.
actually, he wakes up at 5 a.m.
I'm gonna disable your truck. You're gonna try to get my trailer.
Which one?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah,
This
he's
is-
going
this-
for 161.
This may be Twisted's
No,
last live.
171. So it's a race in the morning to get to that trailer. So we're definitely gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna be up early in the morning. Wait, what time's your alarm set? Let me see if
Hey,
I.
we'll work on time my alarm set.
Anyways, I'm gonna beat him to the trailer in the morning probably.
Yep.
Because I'm about to go hook up to it right now. No, I'm
You
joking.
you do that, that's gonna set off another, yeah.
We don't hook the
Heck no.
Another thing for all the trainers out there that are new or coming up, do not hook up to trailers overnight. You know, that's ridiculous, and it makes it look like you're cheating the test.
Yep.
Do not hook up to them overnight. Come in early in the morning before your test and hook up to it. Don't
Yep.
hook up to them overnight.
You do it overnight, you're creating a whole situation that you're not going to be the most popular
Yeah.
person out here, and you're going to catch a whole lot of grief for it.
Yeah, and we would appreciate it, that little bit of help, because it just makes everything go smoother.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're out of here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a whole bunch of comments on this live that Sean needs to start a YouTube channel because he's very informative and a lot of help.
I'm informative until a point.
But
But actually,
we're
I'm
out.
thinking I might be doing a YouTube video, especially even to all my vets out there that are looking to actually come over to Prime and everything like that. I'll give you guys all kinds of different outlets, different ideas, different people we need to contact, everything like that. Just
See?
hit me up on it.
See? Right there. And I'm sure he'll have his driver code in there and some way to get a hold of him, maybe through email or something, but
Exactly. I may hack Twisted's to actually get all his.
that'll work too. Call that phone.
Yeah.
But we're out. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, hopefully we get Sean back on here soon.